Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching this video. This is a general relationship reading for Scorpio for June the 25th to the 8th of July 2018. For more insight, I suggest that you also watch your rising sign because it's the mask you wear and it's how the world interacts with you, and your moon sign, which is how you emotionally react in a situation. I've put down the decks that I'm going to be using in the description box, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if these messages resonate with you. So I'm going to use this Romance Oracle cards for the overall energy reading of the spread. So I'll just give it a quick shuffle. Let's see. Cut this deck. Okay, so the first card is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. The second card is codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So I'll just put these on the top. And I'm using the Romantic Tarot for the main reading. I'll give that a shuffle as well. Just cut it. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so the overall reading is the World card, and this suggests that a truth has come to light. The veil is off. The truth has been revealed, and now decisions need to be made in order for forward movement within the card. So this is a World card. So this truth has been revealed to you. Maybe it's something to do with codependencies, maybe addictions. So now that you know about it, you've got to decide what you do to either end the situation, move on, or decide to stay within the situation. Knowing this truth is a bit of a burden. You can see these two people carrying the world on their shoulders, and it looks pretty heavy to me. And this is such a heavy burden, even though they are in a relationship. You can see them both holding hands over here. They have to decide whether they want to keep this addiction or this truth, or confront it. Or let it go and move on. There's a child card on the top over there, so start something new, a new beginning. So a decision will need to be made. So for the main situation, we've got the Ace of Coins, which is the beginning, waiting and expecting for a new beginning to happen, waiting for something to come in. And I think it's crossed by the Strength card, so you feel that maybe a lot of your efforts that you've been putting into whatever your relationship you have at the present is futile. You're not getting any results. There's no movement within that relationship. Nothing is coming out of it. So you're actually now sitting and waiting for something new to come in, because the present relationship that you're in doesn't seem to be going anywhere in particular. So in the past year or so, you've got the energy of the Judgment card, which speaks about seeing the truth, knowing it, and making that decision to move forward and getting rid of the things that are not serving you. So the call has come in from the universe to you to make a decision about what you want to do in the situation, and it's calling for you to let go of anything that is not for your highest good. And in the last 3 months, you may have been reviewing your past relationships and what you've done in the past, and maybe how you reacted in it, whether there was any deceptions within these past relationships. But you've been looking at the past and looking at how you interacted within these situations, really doing a kind of a life review, if you like. What's on your mind is you want to take control of your relationship and situation. You're tired of taking a back seat in it. You're tired of somebody else telling you what to do. You don't feel like the relationship is going forward. If it is going forward, it's moving too slowly for you. You might be feeling a bit frustrated. You're scared to actually make a big change in case everything just falls apart in front of you. So that's been playing on your mind. You are reviewing the situation, and you are saying that maybe this relationship, is such a stable, steady relationship. I don't want to do anything to upset anybody, but maybe I am tired of not being in an equal partner. And going into the future, it seems like the love, I wouldn't say love, but the spark has gone out of that relationship. You and your partner have reached a point where you're not even seeing each other anymore. This man's got his back to this woman, so her opinions don't seem to matter to him. His wrist is tied, so maybe he's feeling chained within the situation, and this could be happening in your relationship, where one of the partners is feeling like they're tied up, that they don't want to know what the other person is saying. They've lost interest in the other person, and that the other person, you see, even though this woman's got such sexy underwear on, this man is not even looking at her. So they have stopped seeing each other as equals. They've stopped they've stopped being attracted to each other as well. So this relationship seems to have come to a bit of a halt. And it might be because one of the partners is is in control, maybe a control of the money, control of the way the resources are being used within the relationship, and maybe the other partner sees them as being like an old fuddy-duddy person who doesn't seem to have any more excitement. This person might be concentrating. One of the partners may be concentrating more on work rather than putting any effort to the relationship. So and this man he's just sitting down over here. So one of you might just, the relationship may not be moving at all. Maybe both of you or one of you is just concentrated on just earning, getting through the day-to-day things, making money, building an empire, and not really paying attention to the other one. And this makes the other partner feel really miserable, betrayed, upset. They feel like whatever they're doing is not worth it. Whatever effort, whatever love they're giving into the relationship with these flowers is just being, not being appreciated. This bouquet of flowers just seems to be, in tatters. So the love that is being given is not being appreciated. It's been, they could be ridiculing that love now, and one of the two of you feels like, you don't even have the mind for it anymore because this man's hat is on this bridge, so he's not even thinking clearly. So one of you is not even thinking clearly. You're so upset by being ignored, betrayed. Anything that any kind of love it's dying, like these dying swans here. It's like a last swan song. You've tried to rescue this relationship, and nothing is coming off it. So the relationship doesn't seem, even with this card over here going into the future with this Eight of Rods, it doesn't seem to be a relationship that is worth rescuing. And your hopes is that you will meet somebody who will be more supportive, who you can communicate with, who will give you that emotional support that you need, that you're not getting from the present relationship. So going into the future, we've got the Emperor and the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Rods. So the Emperor is a very dominating person, not very, very emotional, arrogant, very determined, very focused on one thing only, probably his work and ruling somebody, and his word is final. So this could be a person within the relationship that is very dominating, is not listening to anybody's opinions, not a very loving person, might be a bit sarcastic, very aggressive, But everybody has respect for this person, so everybody else is seeing him as a very respectful leader. But this might not be the kind of person you want in a relationship, who is very dominating. And you or one of you might be the other person who is very emotional. So you've got two people here, one being very emotional, wearing your heart on your sleeve, having to hide your emotions from this person who's the emperor, and he's not even paying it any attention. Yet you, if you're the emotional one, have got all these emotions, these beautiful emotions, and you're having to hide them behind your mask that you wear. And it seems like there is an energy coming in, a new energy coming in with this Knight of Rods, who will add a bit of drama to the whole mix. This person is coming in very quickly. This person is a very enthusiastic person, a lot of energy, a lot of power, bringing a message in as well, bring change. So this energy is going to be infused within this relationship. So watch out for somebody that is going to be coming in, to change things about, bring about some kind of drama within the situation that seems to have gotten quite stale. Okay, so let's look at the Archangel cards. Just shuffle, and I'm gonna cut. Okay, Archangel Michael, do we have some cards? That one's jumped up too. Okay, so these three cards wants to come, and the first one is the Seven of Ariel, which says you have invested wisely, have some patience and wait for the harvest, review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So maybe maybe you have invested a lot in this relationship. I think for now you're just going to have to wait and see what happens within it, and how the situation changes. The second one is the Ten of Raphael, says love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relations with family members, happily ever after. And the last card is the Queen of Michael, who says you know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for a career rather than relationships. So maybe you will need to focus on something else. And if it's a dependent relationship, maybe you'll have to change your focus in order to get out of this codependency. This might be a very long-term relationship that you are not prepared to let go of at the moment, because you've invested so much in it. You'll have to decide whether or not this was a futile investment or something that will pay off in the end. And Archangel Michael says that you do know what to do. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, and humorous. So you have all the tools that you need to be able to deal with this situation. There might be something that needs to change. You may need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with this person that you are involved with, and address any codependency issues, address any issues where you feel like you are not being appreciated, where you feel like you are not an equal partner. So these issues will need to be addressed. And if you feel that you've invested within this relationship and are not prepared to give it up, then you've got to look for the good in the relationship, and look for the partnership in the relationship, rather than somebody who just merely takes a back seat and allows somebody else to dominate them. And maybe because you've been complacent, this person has become the emperor, where they are dominating you and telling you what to do. Use your logic rather than being too emotional about a situation. Well, I hope this message has resonated with you, and so please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.